Hello Internet, I'm primarily Andrew Heaton and you're watching Mostly Weekly. And I'll bet you clicked that headline because you want to see boobs. Well, what if I told you that was clickbait, pervert, and we're actually going to talk about the FCC? No, I'm just kidding, we're going to talk about boobs, and to a lesser extent the FCC. Now I could show you side boob, inner boob, under boob, or quantum boob, but I can't show you a composite of all four, because that would be wrong. The FCC, for example, considers female nipples a sexual organ. But what makes the areola a sexual organ? The gender of the person it belongs to. Which brings us to America's favorite game show, Name That Nipple. Is this nipple Selma Hayek's or Paul Giamatti's? And censorship is a weird concept to begin with. For all the thought the FCC puts into nippledom, they don't bother regulating violence. So I could show you this, but I couldn't show you this. We should be able to show both. Now, if you were offended by that, know that that human female is my head writer, Sarah, who both wrote and approved that joke. Isn't that right, Sarah? Thanks, Sarah. Now, there's one group of people that aren't afraid of boobs, and that's babies. But if they're allergic to formula, they're in trouble because it's hard to buy breast milk. And breast milk is incredibly healthy for infants. And even bodybuilders are trying to use it for growing muscles. Because who's more jacked than a baby? But between 1% and 5% of women in the US don't produce enough breast milk to feed their kids. In fact, when I Google breast milk, one of the top suggested searches to pop up is for sale. Now, despite the huge demand, it's incredibly difficult to buy breast milk, even though there's more than enough supply. There are only 24 donation-based milk banks in all of North America, and they don't have enough milk. And even when they do, it'll set you back up to $4 an ounce, which is about $600 a week for most mothers. Breast milk doesn't have to be the cognac of body fluids. We can compensate women for their milk. That'll increase the supply while making it cheaper for needy mothers. And that's exactly what the internet did. This amazing site offers breast milk for as low as 50 cents an ounce, and they even have different categories. There's organic and gluten-free and vegan, if you want your baby to grow up to be a commie. But for now, businesses like this are operating in a gray market, which means it's about this legal. The FDA sees breast milk marketplaces as a liability, and local lawmakers see it as exploitative. So let's turn the gray market into a great market. So I see only two solutions. One, breast milk exchange companies coat the exterior of their building in female nipples. That way they'll be obscured from view and can operate privately and securely. Or we could update the way we see breasts as just another beautiful part of the human anatomy, and women can do whatever they want with their own bodies. And look, I'm all for being ashamed of our bodies because I'm a wasp. But I think we should be ashamed of every part of our body, not just the breasts. Well, thanks for watching Mostly Weekly. I'm somewhat Andrew Heaton. Or am I?